100% is the top of the VA's disability schedule. There's a check that pays nearly 3 times that stacked right on top of it. It's called special monthly compensation, and here's the part that stings. One of these checks runs over $4,000 a month, has nothing to do with losing a limb, and the VA rarely brings it up on its own. Pin that. I'll get to it before we're through.
Kai here, and this is the good part. Special monthly compensation is extra money, layered right on top of the rating you already carry. It's not a bigger percentage. It's a whole separate check for a specific kind of loss.
All season, we've walked the percentage system, ratings stacking up to one number. Today, we go above that number. And the first thing to get straight is what SMC actually pays for. It doesn't reward a higher percentage. A percentage tells the VA how disabled you are on paper. It can't tell them you've lost the use of a hand. SMC pays for those exact specific losses the schedule was never built to measure.
Here's the ruling on how it's built. SMC runs on letters, not percentages. At the bottom is K, a flat amount added to any rating you carry. Above 100% sits a ladder, L, then M, N, O, and P, climbing for heavier combinations of loss. And off to the side, 2 more, S for housebound, and R for round-the-clock care.
And K is the one to burn into memory. It attaches to any rating, 0 to 100%. So a veteran sitting at 30%, or even 0, can still draw a K check. Run the math on that. A guy rated 30% for something totally unrelated, who also lost the use of a foot in service. That's a K award he probably has no idea exists. It's money the percentage alone would never hand you.
And most who qualify never file. The VA doesn't hunt for it. You claim it or it stays on the table.
Picture what this actually covers. A veteran who's lost the use of a leg, or a hand, or an eye. Someone who can't leave the house without help. Someone who needs another person for the everyday things, bathing, dressing, managing medication. The percentage system flattens all of that into one number. SMC is where the VA finally treats those as the separate, heavier losses they are.
One thing before we climb. If you want the full 2026 SMC rate tables and a plain breakdown of every level, we keep them free at va.professorerica.com, no sign up, so you can price your own situation before you touch a form. River, people ask the same thing under every single video like this.
Hold on, doesn't everyone at 100% already get this automatically?
That's exactly the trap, and it's the whole reason we're here. No, none of it is automatic. Which brings us to the single most missed check on that ladder, the one that quietly adds a flat $139.87 to any rating you've already got. Quick, honest ask while we are here. If this has been worth your time so far, hit like, then subscribe, and ring the bell. I know everyone asks, but this one is free, and it is how a small channel like this actually grows. $139.87 added to whatever rating you already carry. That's SMC-K, and it's the most missed money in this whole system. And before we're done, I'll put the biggest of these checks side by side with a plain 100% so you see the gap in real dollars. To walk K cleanly, I've pulled in someone who studies exactly how these levels get rated. Professor Castillo, welcome to the desk.
Glad to be here. And the first correction I'd make is this. People hear special monthly compensation and picture the top of the ladder, the catastrophic cases. K isn't that. K is the entry rung, and it's the one ordinary veterans qualify for and walk right past.
Here's the ruling that trips people. K doesn't require you to lose the body part. Loss of use counts the same as loss. A hand you can't grip with, a foot you can't put weight on, an eye down to light perception only. Function gone is the same as the part gone, in the VA's eyes. And one category catches almost everyone off guard. A creative organ, which is the VA's own term for a reproductive organ, counts under K2. If service, or a service-connected surgery, took the use of one, that's a K award on top of whatever else you're rated for.
Let me put a question to the desk, and I think the audience will guess right along with us. You've got a veteran already rated 100%. Can he still add a K award on top? Kai Gut call.
Gut says no. At 100% you're maxed. There's no room left to add anything. The percentage just can't go past 100.
That's the intuition, and it's wrong, in the best way for the veteran. K isn't a percentage at all. It's a flat dollar amount that sits outside the rating schedule entirely. So a 100% veteran adds the full $139.87 right on top. Being maxed out blocks nothing.
Okay, that reframes it completely. It's not a rating, it's a bolt-on. I was picturing a ceiling that isn't even the same building. Fine, I'll take the correction.
And it compounds. A veteran can hold more than 1K at once. Different qualifying losses, each its own award, up to 3Ks stacked together.
Wait, 3 separate checks, all at once? That's not what I've seen written down anywhere. Where does the reg actually say 3?
Fair push. It's on va.gov's own SMC rate page, and it traces back to 38 CFR 350. A veteran may receive 1 to 3K awards in addition to the basic rate. 3 is the cap, but 3 is real.
Then I stand corrected. 3 it is.
One honest caveat, though. None of this is automatic. Loss of use has to be documented, usually a medical exam or a doctor's statement that spells out the function you've actually lost. The VA won't infer it from your file. The award is real, but you have to claim it and prove it.
So the verdict from the desk, and it's va.gov's, not ours. K is a flat check. It rides on any rating from 0 to 100%. It covers loss or loss of use, including a creative organ, and you can stack up to 3 if you document each one. Professor Castillo, thank you. That cleared up the rung everyone skips.
My pleasure. Claim what you can prove. That's the whole game.
Which leaves the one check I promised you at the very top. Over $4,000 a month, and it has nothing to do with losing a limb, a hand, or anything at all. So what could possibly pay that much without a single lost part?
Being trapped in your own home. That's what pays it, no lost limb required. This is the check I told you to pin at the top. If your service-connected conditions keep you essentially confined to the house, the VA has a level for exactly that.
And the number is real. Housebound status pays $4,408.53 a month this year alone. Put that next to a plain 100% rating, which pays $3,938.58. Housebound is nearly $500 a month more for the same veteran for a fact about their life that the percentage never captured.
And housebound isn't bedridden. It means your service-connected conditions keep you basically confined to home. That's the whole bar. But housebound is only the floor here. Wait until you hear what the VA pays when a veteran can't get through the day without another person.
Now climb one more rung, and here it stops being about the house and starts being about your body. SMC-R is for veterans who need the daily aid of another person, just to get through an ordinary day. Help bathing, help dressing, help managing medication. The VA calls it aid and attendance, and it's a different, heavier need than simply being stuck at home. This is where the checks get serious.
And the numbers jump hard. R has 2 levels. R1 pays $9,826.88 a month. R2, the higher tier, pays over $11,000.
Wait, $11,000 a month? Who on earth qualifies for that?
The veteran who can't survive a day without someone doing the basics. $11,271.67 exactly at R2. That's the VA saying, this is round-the-clock care and we'll pay like it.
R2 is the higher tier. It's for the heavier level of daily care, the kind that would otherwise mean a nursing facility. More need, more money.
Before we go on, here's the one everyone types in the comments. Can a veteran just collect housebound and aid and attendance at the same time and stack them together?
No, and this is the boundary people miss. You don't stack S&R. Aid and attendance is the higher benefit, so the VA pays you at the higher level, not both added on top of each other. Housebound is the floor. Needing another person for daily care is the ceiling. You land on one rung, the highest one you qualify for. And here's how you actually prove it, because none of these checks land on their own. One exam form does the work. VA Form 21-2680, the examination for housebound status or permanent need for regular aid and attendance. Your doctor fills in the medical picture, and that exam is the evidence that moves you onto S or R. It's the bolt-on, to borrow Kai's word, but the doctor has to write it first.
And that's the part I don't want you to skate past. Being housebound doesn't pay you. Needing daily help doesn't pay you. The proof does. Get that 2680 filled out by the doctor who actually treats you and file it with your claim. Without it, the VA has nothing to act on.
So that's the ceiling of this system. The checks stop being about a percentage and start being about a life. Whether you can leave the house, whether you can get through the day alone.
Different need, different check.
Okay, enough letters. Let's talk actual dollars, because this is where it stops being alphabet soup and starts being a bigger check. Kai, you've been itching to run this one.
Gladly. Take a veteran already at 100% alone, no dependents. That's $3,938.58 a month. That's the ceiling everyone thinks is the ceiling. Now bolt on one SMC-K, say for loss of use of a hand. Another $139.87. He's already passed the so-called maximum.
And he can add a second one for a different qualifying loss. Another $139.87. To borrow Kai's word, each K is a bolt-on and they stack up to 3.
So the total, $3,938.58 plus $140 plus $140, call it $4,200. $4,218.32, exactly. That's $280 a month the percentage system alone would never have paid him.
And that's just K, the small rung. Move up to loss of both feet or being bedridden, and you're at L, nearly $5,000 a month. Full-time care pushes it toward $11,000. The gap between the schedule and SMC only gets wider as the loss gets heavier.
Let me tell you about one veteran, anonymized from the case notes. A letter comes. He's rated 100%, has been for years, and he's sure he's already getting everything the VA owes him. He lost the use of a hand in service, the grip's just gone. Never once occurred to him it was worth a separate dime.
So he's leaving money on the table and doesn't even know it's there.
For years. Then someone walks him through K. He files, gets the loss of use documented, and the VA adds $139.87 a month, backdated. One form he'd never heard of, on a rating he thought was already maxed out.
And that's the lesson in one line. File with the proof. A medical exam or a doctor's statement that spells out the loss of use is what turns eligibility into an actual...
Wait, is this only for catastrophic cases? Guys who lost a whole limb?
Check, and no, not catastrophic only. That's exactly the myth that costs people.
Right. The real question isn't how bad is it. It's did you lose the use of something? And that catches far more veterans than people think. Loss of use of a hand, an eye down to light perception, a creative organ. These aren't rare, catastrophic edge cases. I mean, some are, but most are sitting in ordinary 100% files unclaimed.
So here's my honest verdict, and it cuts both ways. If you're service-connected and you've lost the use of anything, or you can't leave the house, or you need daily help, there's almost certainly an SMC check above your rating and it's real money you're owed. But it will never find you. Unclaimed, it's money the VA simply keeps. And the catch is honest too. You have to prove it with the exam or the statement. That's the price of the check.
Yeah, the paperwork's the toll. The bridge is worth it.
Remember Kai's bolt-on, that's the whole idea. Your rating is the base, and SMC bolts the real loss on top of it. And that gap I promised you at the start, 3,938 at 100% against over 11,000 at the top of the ladder, that is the difference between what the schedule pays and what your body actually costs you.
2 things to actually do. 1. If you've lost the use of any body part or a creative organ, file for SMC-K. It stacks on any rating, even 100%. 2. If you're housebound or need daily care, get VA Form 21-2680 filled out by your doctor and file it. Both are money you're already owed.
Which leaves you with one to sit on. You've now seen the checks that live above 100%. So the only question left is the one that pays you. Is there an SMC check with your name on it that you've never filed for? Pull the rate table, match it to your losses, and file the claim. The VA already agrees these are real. It just needs you to ask. And before we go, one honest favor. If this series is helping you, hit that like button and subscribe. Every like and every subscriber is genuinely what builds this series and lets us keep making the next one for you. One rep at a time, one form at a time. Go.
This is Professor Erica. Thanks for watching and signing off.